Don't try to control how or when healing is going to happen. If you do, you're not trusting. And if you trust, you are already healing, or even already healed. Hello guys, welcome to a new video. There are many topics that are going to be covered, so if you feel you want to go directly to a different point, you can do so by just using the time codes. You have the power to heal, to cure anything. And the beautiful thing about that is that you can access a version of yourself that is already healed. And it doesn't even take time. Time is the distance between where you are now and the version of yourself that is already healed. It's an inner state first. Time is just the distance between your frequency state and how convinced you are about your current reality and that healed version of yourself. That's why sometimes some of the healing is spontaneous. Sometimes it takes a while because people are letting go of an emotional charge, emotional process that has to do with a lesson they are learning. But the more we acknowledge that there are different versions of yourself and that you are able to access those versions of yourself at any point, the more you free yourself. Most conditions originate from a strong emotional reaction crystallized over time. So when we are able to actually separate that and neutralize, alchemize that sickness or that condition, we are taking our first step. We need to separate sickness or a condition from the emotion. When a condition comes attached with suffering, with a big emotional state that is not allowing you to see clearly, is when that becomes part of the condition. So emotional charge is what is keeping that version of yourself alive. So you can tune into a different version of yourself that is not associating that problem with an emotion. And the problem with emotions at a certain frequency is that they're unconscious. You don't see them, you don't recognize them. You only feel them strongly, but you're not entirely sure what is going on. You just live according to that emotion. You react according to that emotion, and you make a personality out of that emotion and how it makes you act and react and behave and feel. Your taste, the food you eat, is related to your emotional state. When we neutralize a condition, a sickness, instead of feeling we are part of it, and we are constantly looking back for that thing, that fix of emotion that we don't actually prefer and we don't really like that is not beneficial, we need to understand the following. This is one of the most revealing things. Don't be looking either back, or don't be looking for something in your present moment that has to do with pain. Don't be looking for strong emotion. Don't be looking for pain. Don't be looking for reasons to confirm how you feel, to confirm a condition, to confirm your pain. The more you confirm and accept that, you're giving it more power, more emotional charge. When we deprogram, when we let go of that emotional charge, is when we start being ourselves again, and we're not controlled any longer by the emotions, the memories that are tying you to that sickness, to that condition. I'm gonna explain it in a way that you can actually apply it. And I don't want this to be theory, but I want you to apply this in order to transform. So, understanding there are versions of you hurting. There are versions of you healed. There are versions of you that were never sick. All of those versions are available to you at all times, in the now. So you don't need to wait, but you need to align with the version of yourself that is already healed, or the version of yourself that has no condition, that has no illness. So for making this happen, you need to understand a few things. I'm gonna be reading a few lines that I made yesterday. Your frequency will connect you to those different versions. That is why it is crucial to adopt a high frequency state. And that has to be your base point. When you're operating from love instead of fear, when you are not being distracted at all times with fear and being worried, you'll discover that the pain recedes as you start feeling better. And it is from that state that neutrality starts appearing. When you don't have an opinion on yourself, on your condition, on things that you believe to be true, because they are true in one of your realities, but it doesn't mean that you cannot shift to another reality. You can acknowledge there's a version of yourself that is there that you don't prefer, and you neutralize it. You take the weight out of it instead of reinforcing that. So you can jump into a version of yourself that is already healed. This is gonna be making more sense as I go. Hurt and sickness sometimes come to teach us something in this lifetime. The dark comes to transcend, for us to transcend it and alchemize it into light. That is not definite, but temporary. So if you acknowledge and neutralize it instead of making it more real, you need to understand that that version of yourself is as real as the one who is already healed. Once we understand that is a process, it only takes the time for us to accept the fact that we are already cured and behaving the way that version of yourself is behaving. Don't wait, don't rush, but become that version of yourself. So whenever I'm gonna be doing a meditation at the end of the video to access this point where you can actually quantum shift and become that version of yourself. But from that frequency state where you're not worried, where you're not thinking, where you are in a flow state, ask yourself, how am I behaving? What things am I doing? And I mean the version of yourself that is already healed. And you can always connect to that version. Your higher self is coming to play now. When you ask a future version of yourself, if you will, or a version of yourself that you don't see now, but you know exists, which is a healed version of yourself. When you ask those questions, they appear. The answers appear. And that will give you the clue of how to move next, how to behave, how to feel. And it's also going to show you what is not in alignment with that. So that's a start. Most people who now share their light, their gifts, will tell you that they became another version of themselves after darkness. And that darkness revealed hidden gifts. Because there's a reason why sometimes we go through that transformation. But it doesn't mean that it has to take forever. It takes forever if you want it to take forever. And you keep reinforcing what seems to be unmovable, unchangeable. Everything is movement, everything is moving and regenerating. So, understanding that version of yourself so you can break free and also be moving and regenerating at all times. So don't look back for sickness, don't look back for pain. Reach for a high frequency instead of worry, fear, limitations, and especially trying to understand why you feel this way and try to make it rational. Healing is not rational. It will never be. So if you let go of the mind and trust, that is also going to be a step forward. Breaking free from the patterns like how you speak about yourself to others and to yourself. That is a construction, that is a pattern, and you can change it. There's a version of yourself that loves and accepts everything as it is. It neutralizes the right and the wrong. And from that space, you are able to start your journey. And that start of the journey is symbolic to a healed version of yourself that is no longer recurring to emotions or thoughts in order to try to achieve something, but heals and grows from presence. Your limitations are self-imposed. There's always something beyond your analytical mind that will provide you the answer to what you need at all times. So this is really important to consider. When you trust in where you are now and you are okay with that in the present moment without fighting. I'm not talking about if something is right or wrong or how you feel about it, but acknowledging, accepting, surrendering into presence without fighting, especially because the fighting is generally in your mind, in your head, all those thoughts that are not doing any good. So surrendering into presence without emotional charge is when healing starts. It's not giving up, it's freeing yourself of stories and limitations and thoughts that only take you back to that version of yourself that you don't prefer. Don't try to control how or when healing is going to happen. If you do, you're not trusting. And if you trust, you are already healing, or even already healed. It's all a matter of how you actually trust. If you think you failed, don't be hard on yourself. Don't think of anything as failure. But say goodbye to the supposed mistakes so they don't get to you next time. There's no failing, but learning. Those lessons will raise your frequency. So those were just a few notes, and now I want to go deeper and I want to tell you a few more things. I want to go into meditation and take you with me. Now I want to do a quick meditation with you. Please make sure that you don't have any distractions for the following couple of minutes. Leave any thoughts or your analytical mind aside for this exercise. Just go for it and see how I'm gonna be asking questions and the difference between the answers to those questions before we do the exercise and after we do the exercise. So feel free to close your eyes. Gently start breathing through your nose. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And take a deep breath out through your nose. Feel the air entering your body and actually illuminating every single cell of your being. Notice how that light becomes energy that is coming in and out, recharging every single part of your being. This powerful light is you, and it's always available. Notice if there's any part of your body that needs your attention. And now gently breathe into that part of your body. Just acknowledge that you're sending a bright light. beautiful, fresh energy. And as you breathe, it's recharging every single part of your being, from head to toes. The energy is coming down from the earth up and up. So you're recharging from earth and from above. The more you breathe, the more you connect with this beautiful, potent light. This light is made out of source energy. And it's melting yourself. And now you become lighter and lighter. Every single part of your being is being renewed. And there are no stories, no past, no future, no to-do list, nothing to worry about. There is just you and this light, and you are this light. Allow this energy to take over everything. It is neutralizing everything. You're being reborn. Every single part of your body is being recharged. Pay attention to how your body is feeling now. See if there's any other part of your body that is asking for you to focus on. And say thank you for taking care of me. I am okay. You can go back to your normal functioning. Now every single cell of your being is being renewed. You are here. Keep breathing through your nose. And now we're gonna make our exhalation a bit longer than our inhalation. Every time we inhale, light is coming from everywhere. And every time we exhale, you're giving that light out into the universe. And the more we keep on breathing, we're just becoming that light. We're just that light. And that light knows no sickness. It knows no limits. It is ever present. It doesn't have feelings. But it calibrates your feelings. So if you need to let go and cry, if you need to laugh, if you need to shout, you can do so. You can do so now. You can do that every single time you need it. You are here. You are safe. And now everything is balancing. Now, in this moment, sense how is your body feeling. We're gonna feel our feet against the ground. Or if you're sitting down, the part of your body that is touching the ground is receiving all of this energy that is coming up, spiraling up. And it truly is charging you up. Feel how it vibrates. Feel the electricity. And start breathing into your heart. You can place your hands on your chest. Breathe into it. That same light that is coming out of you, you can send from your hands into your heart. Slightly give a little smile. And now fully. You can sigh if you need it. You are here. You're safe. You're powerful. But you don't need to demonstrate anything. You are the power. In this space, nothing but creative flow, health, freedom, love exists. You are this powerful light. You are love. Love is your essence. And this is the state where we operate from. This is where healing already happened. From this state, you are gonna ask yourself, what do I feel like doing? Do I want to remain here recharging for a couple of minutes, for an hour, for a day? Do you need rest? Do you allow yourself to rest? Do you feel you should be doing something and you're not doing it? Why should you be doing something? From this state, you don't have to do anything. You get to do it with joy and love. And if you don't feel like doing it, ask yourself why. Is it an emotion that is no longer existing now, in this moment, that was keeping you from something you wanted? Every single story, every single answer doesn't really exist. The only answer that is true is the one that is not the story that you are telling yourself. It's the one that arises from this space. From this space, what do you want to create? Know that you are creating everything now as you are. And now you're actually conscious of it. You're activating your healing powers. And the more you stay in this space, the more healing occurs. And the less healing you need, because you're already healed. When you connect with this power, you have energy for everything. And you connect with everything and everyone else. Only love can be present here, now. Now place your hands on your lap and keep on breathing in and out through your nose. And notice again how your body is feeling. Is it lighter? Do you see any images? Are you truly surrendering to this moment? Who is the one surrendering? You are here. Let go of all the rest. This is the space where miracles happen. This is the space where your frequency keeps expanding. This is the space where synchronicities start to appear. This is the space where you meet the right people at the right time. This is the space where you have everything and you no longer need anything else, because You know that being here, as you are now, is all that is. And from here, it can only expand. And this is you. See how powerful you are. Now, whenever you're ready, start moving your fingers or wiggling your toes. And only when you are comfortable, you can open your eyes again. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. I truly want to know, if you're here watching this, how this is making you feel and vibrate. And I want to let you know that from this space, how you feel from this space is true. And it can be how you feel most of the time, if not all the time. Know that things are happening for you and not to you. For you to have this opportunity. And that nothing is fixed. Everything is moving, so when you move from this energy, anything for you is possible. You are powerful beyond measure. Thank you. And I see you next time.